What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Broken Keyboards podcast. My name is Eric, and I'm not your host for today because this entire thing is non-scripted. Ain't that right, boys?
True.
Damn, why does that sound scripted?
I totally wasn't informed that we had to pick someone to start this episode, and it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Totally wasn't me. I totally didn't volunteer. Before we get into, welcome back from the commercial break because that's where we left off.
I was not. Yeah. Welcome to our 2-week-long commercial break.
Hey, listen, we had a lot of space booked up. We had, I actually don't know. We don't have sponsors, so that was just 2 weeks of nothing. It was ad space though that could have been rented
if we had some ad.
if we had.
Photo.
Yeah.
But in all reality, a lot of stuff happening on our end.
Yes.
Oh.
Especially with classes.
Classes. Yeah. For where I go to college, classes resumed again. So, and they are very heavy this semester. So so that's why we told our editor he could take a break on what's it called, editing, so he doesn't edit every week. He'll edit every other week. So that's when we upload every other week, because our editor is also going to college and he needs to he needs to focus. So
Stay
we
in school.
all came to the conclusion that we all have more time to get our personal stuff out of the way. So yeah.
Okay. I did want to get something off my chest again because you would not believe what I came back to again. I just sent it in our group chat. I didn't even drive this time, but I don't know if you two see what I just said.
I see it.
So dead ass. If you look in for the viewers at home, if you tuned into the last episode, I'd mentioned that there were maintenance people trying to DDoS me. Lo and behold, it was not me anymore, but my neighbors, because in their parking spot is a cherry picker, is what I heard it was called. It's one of those like lifts, and dead ass. I don't know if you could see it. Taped on the front, there's like painter's tape, and it's kind of blurry, but that's the point. Someone put, "Can you please park this in the maintenance spot? Please call me," and then they left like their number.
That's what's up.
So maintenance people really be sus in this complex lately.
We're actually just griefing.
Actually, just griefing. Okay, that's. I just wanted to let the viewers know that not a good time, not a fun time. Okay, so where did we leave off?
You.
It's your episode, so you introduce whatever you want to talk about. What you want to share with the viewers, and then we'll probably ask like a question or two, one from each.
Let's start with the basic introduction then. My name's Eric. I am a recent college graduate, potentially going for a teaching credential, and my Instagram will also be linked now in the description of this episode, so you can see all the pictures of me and my family. Please don't target us. No, I'm just kidding.
What do you mean, just kidding?
I mean, like, don't, but like, if you want to be like, oh, cool, like, you could DM me, just don't be weird about it. Like, I have cosplay friends and like artist friends who just get the weird, like, dude, actually, one of them's in our Discord, and we know about like how she gets like harassed.
Oh no!
Stream.
Right.
Oh no!
So I just expect from our viewers a level of decency when it comes to interacting with any of us or any other people we bring onto the podcast. What else am I into? I game, clearly by my presence on here. Mostly recently, it's really just been 2 games. Apex and Project Zomboid. I'm really big fan of zombie survivals. That's another thing.
Episode 1 pilot.
Episode 1. Dead ass. No, like, so I've spent, I think, over the course of the past week, maybe 70% of that playing a game called Project Zomboid, because I started understanding a mod that I had installed. I don't know if y'all ever played Minecraft with like Feed the Beast mod.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine that, but with zombie survival, and you've got like Hydrocraft, which is the mod that I installed.
Ooh.
Like, deadass, you progress from like, the end of civilization to the Stone Age with like smithing to bronze. Like you work your way through the thing. But I could go off on that.
So it's like a long-term thing.
Yes. It's only been 3 months in game, but it feels like I've been surviving for like years.
It makes sense because every time I'm playing games, like suddenly, like I always put myself invisible. Sometimes I'm playing like either casual games or just like games I don't want to just like basically I put myself offline and play games late at night sometimes because I don't want people to keep messaging me to play with them. So yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
popular. Oh,
So to the people that now they know, I'm sorry, but when I'll play with you during like the times where normal people are supposed to be awake, but like late at night, I'll be invisible on Steam, and either I will be or will not be. You won't know if I'm actually online or not. I'm gonna legit be playing a game that I enjoy myself, and I want my alone time.
I was wondering why you appear offline on Discord so much.
That's another thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I purposely do that on Discord. So I get messages from other servers. It gets annoying.
My God.
Sorry.
Popular. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Popular. Dude.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the people from those Discords. Some of them, like, there's some you know who the people are in the Discord. Don't get me wrong. You know who I'm talking about. But I'm pretty sure they don't watch this. Only the trusted ones, because y'all message me.
The real
Anyway.
ones.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some in like other servers, like very like heavily populated servers. It's like, yeah, that's why I left one of my other servers because it was too much for me. But yeah, the other servers that I'm still in, no, those are the real ones.
You hear that, Eric? He got options, dude.
Dude. You know, that's okay. I respect the man. Listen, I don't need his full attention. It's okay. It's okay.
I shut up and drink some alcohol. You'll be fine.
I have yerba mate with creamer. Thank you very much.
Oh, elegant.
I'll be drinking red wine during our D&D session. Oh yeah, we'll be playing.
Wow.
We have a session tonight after this recording. We're gonna be playing some D&D, and I'm gonna be getting that fancy red wine type of tips tonight.
Do you always get tipsy when we play?
During the first campaign that we played together, when we played our very first campaign, yeah, every weekend since it was like during summer, every weekend we played, I got tipsy or buzzed. Like I legit made my character who he was. Because remember, my character had a magical flask of endless alcohol that he just drinks, and it's not supposed to be used for anything but that.
That's true. Wait, Eric.
Yes.
Your
yeah,
stories,
digress.
please.
I mean, okay. I don't know. I'm more. I will very readily tell my stories, but I never know what stories to tell. So if y'all want to pepper me with questions, I guess one more thing I can put out there is like me in real life, because I mentioned that I play like survival games or FPS games. As a person, I'm really into like personal development, and I know that sounds so cliche, but the risk of sounding like a visionary, the possibility of like becoming the best version of myself and inspiring others to do the same, it's like, why wouldn't I want to work towards that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
And then because of that, I've like beyond. That's why I'm like pursuing teaching stuff, and that's kind of where all of this kind of ties in together. So the final note in like this general description of who Eric is that I'm someone who is very much in love with the idea of inspiring others to become the best version of themselves, which is why I like the prospect of teaching and eventually maybe politics. I don't know how realistic that's going to be, but that's like the dream, is to be able to influence others at such a high level, willingly, of course. I don't want to be some tyrannical dictator or some nonsense like that. And then bringing it all back to video games, because let's be real, people are like, video games don't teach you shit. Well, you know what? I'm here to prove that wrong, because they teach you the very foundations to becoming a good leader, a good person in society, and a cool dude. All right,
Cool,
Brad.
dude.
Minus the trolls and yeah, just minus the trolls.
the trolls are learning. They're in the process.
True.
And then they'll eventually come around. That's the hope.
Because honestly, the idea of gaming really brings everyone together as long as you guys are having fun.
That's what games are for, fun.
Exactly. Why you have to be mad?
It's
just
only
game.
game.
Okay. That's the end of my spiel. I could go off on that, but I'll leave that up to you two to decide.
Oh, we have to pepper this guy with questions, man, because we had like, I think I had like half an hour last episode, and then you had like 20 minutes. So
You gotta give us more. What do you feel
What?
like sharing? Like hobbies? Like what do you like doing?
interesting
Okay.
story.
Oh.
Even an interesting story that happened recently or a long time ago. Anyway.
What's it called? I do know. I forgot to mention that one of my hobbies, at least a big one, was that I do archery. I used to be the archery team captain for
let's go.
the team over at my college.
Team captain. Okay.
Co-captain. I gotta give credit to the other person because it was definitely a two-person job with all the logistics. I ended up handling more of the social aspects because I liked being that like person that interacted with people. But when it came to like spreadsheets and planning and calling and organizing all the stuff, it's like, man, they excelled at it. They were wonderful. So it worked out for everyone involved.
Oh. That's good.
Yeah.
Some of your favorite stories from archery.
Oh. Okay. Florida. Have y'all ever been to Florida?
No.
No, we know
Oh.
a friend from there though.
Yes, we do. I know a guy who has an archery coaching business. He's about our age, so it's pretty impressive.
Dude,
Um,
the way you present, dude, it sounds like I know a guy. It sounds like a drug dealer.
no. Well, I mean, he's a Florida man, so. But
No,
Oh.
no.
Mm.
no. Okay. Don't DDoS him, but he is like one of my favorite people. He's also one of the like big leadership type persons in my life. Like he and I call, or at least try to call every week and talk about like kind of the goals that we're setting and how we're approaching it and like the stuff we've learned. So mad props to him. If he ever listens, he knows who I'm talking about. And I mentioned Florida because that was, hold on, do I have the medal around here? Yeah, there it is. We ended up getting second place recurve team male, right? And
Ooh.
that's pretty impressive considering that, I'll set the scene. You know, Florida is known for its humidity, just being like completely wet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Imagine, okay, when we got off the airplane and the doors out of the airport like opened up and you're hit with a wall of humidity and you feel like your entire body just get like drenched. Imagine that, but for like the whole day while you're shooting. I think I was shooting like a 32-pound bow for like 2 hours.
The arm strength, jeez.
I haven't shot in a while, but yeah, my biceps aren't nothing to scoff at, you know? Ain't that right, bro? No, don't. It's okay.
Mine are.
So I think the craziest story from I mentioned Florida is just because it was, you know, temperate the first day of competition. There were 3 days. The second day, we had, I think, lightning warnings. It was storming the entire like morning into afternoon. We had to stop shooting at risk of like getting struck by lightning because when you're shooting, you're essentially holding lightning rods in your hands.
Oh yeah.
And then we had to stop. It was just pouring everywhere. Like I cannot describe. It was like a monsoon. And then it cleared up. And then we had some shooting on the inside because it was like an indoor space. It wasn't that bad. And then the third day went from raining cats and dogs to blistering heat. People were like nearly passing out unless they had water. Every time we got off the shooting line, like our team members were like, "Here, take a swig." does not matter if you're like not that thirsty, because visibly you had sweat dripping down like your hands, your forehead, everywhere. And imagine you're holding a bow, doing your shot, and you just feel the sweat like all over your palm as you're trying to hold the bow steady.
That sounds like when I go deadlifting.
Florida is chaotic. What is going on over there?
I don't know, dude. We're gonna ask our fellow friend
Our
about it.
Floridians.
Our Floridian.
And then it was then that I realized, like, wow, this is a true testament to how much I've put the practice in, and to have managed second place. I'm gonna put my teammate on blast. He didn't like practice the process enough to like, he didn't panic and didn't like let the shots get to him, and dead ass would get like zeros, ones, and twos when me and the other person were getting like solid 7 to like 9s and 10s.
That's so.
To be fair, so imagine a couple of boys from my hometown up against a Midwest country state against an Eastern state. Like, it was unbelievable for us to have managed a second place. It was just, I don't know how else to describe it other than the fact that I was so proud of us being able to get that far and having the entire team like cheering behind you. I don't know if I'm doing it enough justice in describing it, but that's probably one of my favorite experiences in archery.
That sounds hype.
No,
Dude.
for real, dude.
We have
Man, if I would have got, you know how a hype man I could be, dude. You imagine?
it would have to be in between each shots, because it would be like, when you go up to the shooting line until the end of shooting for that like round, you have to like be kind of quiet, and then the moment the buzzer goes off that like, hey, you're clear to pick up your arrows, the entire team just like breaks out and it's like, yeah, let's go.
Oh my god, if it was just imagine your team. Imagine our Discord.
Dude,
Like our group members. You know how wild we can get if we like. Dude, I think we would like. I'm pretty sure we could pop up to the point because like our voices and our volume gets really really loud to the point where some of our friends get cut off by Discord because it says you're too loud. So imagine if us just go in there supporting. I'm pretty sure. I don't know at this point. I think I would be like, you know those what's it called those little league games where you have your son or daughter and then there's like there's those dads that like to yell in the crowd.
Yeah.
I think I would be like that.
I was thinking about the scene from the SpongeBob movie where he's going up to the promotion and like you know the scene I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hooray for football!
It's like, yeah, and then he's like, in your face, Squidward, and it's like, wait.
And
Anyway,
then Patrick came in.
he comes in. Who would that be?
Okay, I don't have enough balls to do that.
Not
I would be the what's it
naked.
called?
I
Oh
don't
yeah.
think I
I
have
think not.
decency.
No, I would yell, run a
Yeah.
flag, but I will not do it naked, Patrick. I would
Alright.
legit, but yeah, I would like run around with a flag or a poster. I'd be like, I know that guy. Let's fucking go. I was like, sorry, it's only the first round. I don't care.
You're not allowed to cheer in between shots.
Because it's like,
It breaks concentration.
yeah, you get like 2 minutes total to shoot like either 1 arrow each person or 3 arrows per round, depending on like what format it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's archery, and that's an archery experience. Next question.
I already asked mine. It's your turn.
All you picked up is archery, dude. He was talking about already. Oh.
Get
I mean, you
Oh.
can ask about a different archery question.
bitch.
Let's go with like your favorite going out memory here at home.
Favorite going out memory.
Like going to the mall with the boys? Like a funny story.
A funny story at that. Ah, dude, you can't. Funny stories. I'm not a man of funny stories. I'm a funny person, but like funny stories, I don't know about that. Anyone who asks, like, if you had to rate the common stories, I would say, like, if you had to categorize what I usually talk about, a lot of people would say that he talks about like relationships and like hardships. Like generally like tending towards depressing, but also like hopeful.
There's light at the end of the road.
Yeah.
Funny
I
can
can
also
think about
mean
it.
embarrassing.
Well, yeah, a lot of the things with our hangouts, I'm pretty sure what's it called for our group. It's always like, let's be honest, it's mostly like me doing dumb shit and making everyone laugh.
No, I was thinking about a funny experience. If you want to talk about embarrassing, bros, if you'd know. But what came to mind when Marubi asked that question was at one of our friend's sister's 15th birthday.
Oh, okay. I think I know
You-
where this is going.
Okay, so to our viewers out there, if you've ever done a hot sauce challenge,
Oh,
you know how painful it is for the experience during, the aftermath afterwards, and like the next like 2-3 days while your system's recovering.
Let's so to the viewers at home, y'all ever played this? Have you ever watched
at once.
have you ever heard of the hot ones like the Spice Gauntlet? Wherever, you know what I'm talking
for an
about?
answer
Oh,
from
yeah.
them.
Because you said viewers. I have personally experienced it, and I always die at the bomb.
Which one is that? The very last one?
No, the bomb is like legit all heat. I think it's like in hot ones. It's like one of the last ones, not the last one.
Oh, we
Let me,
have.
hold on. I wanna check that for reference. I'm gonna quick
Yeah,
Google
check-
search that.
The bomb has like
Oh.
a nuke logo on it.
Yes, but the question is the Scovilles,
Oh,
because you know that's what you use to rank it.
yeah.
Okay. Quote from the internet: "The bomb comes in at a relatively tame 135,000 Scoville heat units on the Scoville scale, though we think it tastes hotter." Thank you.
Oh, okay. So I think we went to the. Oh, we went
I-
higher than that.
I currently still have, I think it's in the cupboard here, the bottle of the last one that we used. And Marubi, have you ever heard of Black Mamba 6?
No.
If you had to take a guess at how many Scovilles Black Mamba 6 is,
6 mil.
Ding, 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 ding.
Wait, okay, yeah.
that is exactly correct. I feel like Google is giving me a different answer. It's reading Kajan's Get Bitten Black Mamba 6 is made with chocolate habaneros, which aren't actually chocolate flavored and average 425,000 Scoville units. The real heat comes from the 6 million Scoville unit capsaicin extract. Okay. So there's literally extract of the spice in the sauce.
Whew.
Now imagine me and my roommate going for double
was-
dippings.
No, I was one of the last people too.
No, I know you were there, bro. I know.
I was one of the last few people. What do you mean?
No, I know. But dumb enough to go for a second bite of Black Mamba 6.
Oh, that's. Oh no, yeah, never mind. If that's the case, no, yeah. When I saw that, okay. This story, I'm a part of it. More of you haven't heard of it, but yeah, we attempted the Spice Gauntlet at one of our friends' house on like the sister's birthday. We ended. So we did the little side like what Eric described. Yes, it does go. It lasts for days, and I'll continue after Eric tells the double dip story because when I saw this, oh my god, keep going, Eric.
I mean that's the short of it, is that it's a double dip, but okay. To describe the feeling, right? so that our viewers at home may have a taste of what the hell we went through. Now, at 6 million Scovilles, it's not spicy anymore. We've described it as straight pain. Like you put a little bit on it on your tongue, like you take a toothpick, and it doesn't like taste like anything except hurt. So, we didn't have wings at the party, so we opted for pizza and then later sushi, right? So all of us are taking bites of the pizza, and when we get to Black Mamba 6, it's Broseph, my roommate, myself, and I don't remember if who else made it.
Yeah, there was two more.
There was a couple, yeah. And putting that spice down onto your tongue so you just taste it, and then you have the pizza to like try and like nullify it. We just looked at each other and we were like, I can't believe we did this. And then in order to cope, me and Broseph started running laps around his backyard and doing push-ups because we were in so much pain and like, dude, let's get this out any way we can. So dead ass, we were on the ground doing push-ups, and I think I almost threw up because you're face down and you're like moving your body and your stomach, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I fucking can't. So we sat down and we're just like,
I was eating ice.
yeah, no.
After that,
Um,
your roommate was sitting there. No, he was like, his eyes were closed, his hands were like
he's sending prayers to God.
It was like it looked like our other friend was just dead straight. He was just dead on the chair. Eric was about to vomit. I was running laps. I was eating ice, and I was just like, exerting the pain through a different means. So I'm like exerting that pain and energy through legit working out, and I'm just like, dude, I can't. And the aftermath. Oh, the aftermath.
So, to talk about the aftermath before, so we have the spice receptors actually all throughout our body. At least that's what I remember reading. So in our tongues, in our stomachs, and near our exit hole.
Oh.
And that's why if you eat something spicy, it's gonna hit 3 times. Once in your mouth, second time in your stomach, and then the final time on its way out, just to give you a little kick, before it leaves. Now imagine we were a group of, how many was it? Like 9, 10?
Around 10.
In a house that only had 2 bathrooms. all like going in and out, like rotating. All right, I gotta go. Now me first, man. Nah, it's already coming. Like, dude, I feel like I'm a vomit. Like, shit like that.
I remember I think in that same day I went to I did like 7 rotations on the second story bathroom.
I think the funniest part of it too was that there would be moments where one of us would go up and like scratch their eyes or something, and we're like, no, dude, wait. and then they'll be like, what? Oh.
Right.
But luckily enough, it was one of the earlier spices, the spice level that happened.
Because we were so out of it, even on like the second or third sauces, because it like messes with your mind, especially once you break like 100,000. Because the one sub it, like you could still have like flavor to balance it, but past 100,000, and then there's some, and then like there's the millions. It's like your mind's on a different level of existence. All you know is capsaicin and heat and pain, and it's like, all right, we did our best not to keel over and die. Some of us nearly passed out, but we're alive. I think this could be the afterlife.
Yeah, for all we know.
But and then
yeah,
okay, and then to cap it off, after we all as a group collective, we took that last hit of Black Mamba 6. I look at my roommate, and he's like, "Want to take another one?" So he grabs a piece of sushi, I grab another slice of pizza, and we're like, dab. Everyone's like, "What the fuck are these guys doing?" And we take it, and obviously I'm still dying, so I'm on like like and then he's just sitting there, full zen, just like he's found his peace. He's made peace with his gods.
That
And then he has the audacity to point out the fact to all of us. No water, no milk.
Oh, you're fucking right.
he sabotaged you, dude. He coated his tongue with like something so he wouldn't taste it anymore. He tricked you into the last bite.
He actually no, you know what? I'll leave that secret. I'll leave how he did it a secret.
You wanna know what? We'll bring him on. We're actually gonna bring him on for one of these episodes.
Oh yeah, we got keep note. Ask this man about what is his secret to spice.
I need to.
Okay. And I think the rest of that wasn't. No. It was a different party where we did Dance Dance Revolution or Just Dance. Yeah. That
Oh
was
no, that was I think like 2 years after,
right.
2 or 3 years after. I think 3 years after.
There,
That was a much more funny.
we could talk about my secret obsession with rhythm games, but that's beside. Then we don't need to explore that.
Not yet.
We could have an episode where we do Just
Like,
Dance.
talk about rhythm of just.
No. It's one of those special episodes. Like I think we had an episode where the gang plays Apex, like the three of us, and then the gang plays Just Dance.
Oh, that would be fun. No, I think there was. Then I always said like we should have an episode where we just play Monopoly.
Oh hell yeah! Actually, I really want to play online Monopoly. It seems like such a shit show that I want to see how it is, especially with you two.
Oh,
I've never I've only played like one full game of Monopoly.
Me too.
I played it a bunch, so y'all, you have a. I like when I know, like I want to have fun. I remember a reference to one of my favorite YouTubers, Game Grumps. They were playing Monopoly, and I remember every time, what's it called? It was Aaron's turn. And Aaron was like, "All right," because he was holding the controller, so he basically did the moves for Dan also. He was like, "All right, Dan, hear me out." He said, "Don't make an offer, just go." No, listen. This green prop, right? Just go. Like, Dan, please. Like, dude, you are in no position to make decisions. You're in a position to beg. Because realistically, he had Dan had a monopoly already, and he had the properties he needed, like that Aaron needed. And I'm just like, that makes sense. He's in the thing in the bag. He can't negotiate. And then like after that, the next turn, all right, Dan, stop. Please roll. Stop and just roll. And then he got mad because he kept rolling threes when he wanted to try to get further. When we take our break during the D&D sessions, I want to show you some of those clips, like both of you specifically,
Okay.
because they're just stupid funny. But yeah, something like that. That would be a nice a side episode we can have. It'll be nice. Bring variety.
An actual. Yeah, I'm down.
But we'll just figure out the recording and all the semantics later.
Yeah.
We'll probably be since I'm currently in college and doing trying to finish probably when my semester is over, I'm down to do recordings like that. So just a heads up, it'll be in like May or June-ish for the people listening.
Yeah, I mean
That's
the game will have changed. Actually, no, not Monopoly, but Apex will.
well for sure.
Wait, what do you mean?
New seasons probably.
Yeah.
We just started season. Oh, I guess at the end of the semester. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Bro. So excited about season 8. I don't know, man. I'm like hyped. I've been like playing so much of it.
I actually haven't played
Dude.
it yet.
Apex is being shitty towards me again. Like legit, I can't connect.
It's pretty bad. Even when you do connect, like the servers themselves are like
Yeah,
crap.
no, the thing, like I'm even hardwired now. I was like, oh, and it was fine. But then all of a sudden, nope, the servers are still saying, you know what? You got plat last season. You're done playing this game. You just came back out of nowhere and you got plat. You know what? I think that's enough for you. I'm just like, oh yeah. No, that's the thing. Yeah, after I reached plat in Apex with Marubi and one of my our other friends, we reached our goal. We were here. We wanted to make sure to try to get everyone else into plat or like diamond. But the thing is, they said, you know what? You as a shot caller or one of the fraggers for your team, nah. You don't get, because like when I'm not playing with when I play with Marubi and our other friend, he's our other friend is our shot caller and recon
Bloodhound.
expert. Yeah, and me and Marubi are legit the hounds. We're the legit hounds trying to get our targets, and we get our targets. And when it's not that case, I would be the one to do the shot calling for when I was trying to help other people get into higher ranks. But nope, Apex said the servers are whack and we'll make you one of the prime targets. And, well, I can't.
Yeah, the rubber banding is like kind of crazy in that game recently. Or last time I played, because I haven't played yet. Or the new season at least.
You would think a game getting as popular as Apex would have the infrastructure to handle the influx, because it definitely was its worst, or like pretty bad, when it was the end of season 7, because everyone was hopping on to try and like do that last climb or try and get those last battle pass levels.
Yeah.
And with the start of season 8, because everyone's like, oh, season 8's out, I gotta go play. And it's like, dude, props to them. It's a good game. It's like they put a lot of effort and a lot of care into the skins, the gameplay, the balancing. But you would think that they would have at least the server capacity and the bandwidth to handle these peaks,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like now that you mention it, yeah, it does make sense, because when we did our climb the plat, it was during the first split. So there was like no one really played too much, and then end of second split, everyone was getting on it. Like middle to end of second split, everyone was just like, we need to start climbing now, get our ranks and get our medals and stuff like that.
That is scary, dude. Holy crap.
Oh, we also when out of our group of 3, Marubi was the first one to get into plat, and it's a whole dynamic. We always manage at least like cooperatively like 15 kills around that, because like each of us would get majority, or we're trying to make sure we reach our minimum kill requirements or stuff like that. Like it's standards by our group. But the thing is, once we hit plat, dude, like they said like, welcome to plat, fuckers, and then they matched us up with like diamond 1s, diamond 1s, some masters. I'm just like, dude, Murphy, what did you get us into?
I don't know how. Okay, so I do know how it works now. My friend said, when you queue up with people, right, and you're all different ranks, it only queues you up for the highest rank. It doesn't take the other people into account. If you're queuing with a diamond as a plat or a gold, I don't even know if you can do that.
You can only do it plat. Plat can match with gold. And
It's like a level above.
Yeah, level above level below.
Yeah. So if you're queuing with a diamond, you're getting matched with diamonds, no matter what.
So that's why in this case we got matched with plats, and some people online were plats matched with diamonds. So we got looped in as gold 1s trying to climb. I've never been like, we were hunters, but the hunters became the hunted immediately within like the first like 30 seconds, and there was no one near. The thing is, our first drop, no one was near us, and legit 30 seconds after we barely got armor, they already had blues, and they had like semi like decked out weapons, like half the gun is decked out with like blues and stuff. I'm just like, dude, we didn't do anything, and we got rushed by a lifeline.
That
Or not a lifeline, like not a lifeline. It was like a caustic. No, we got rushed by a caustic, who would normally do setups. No, this caustic rushed us for like. I'm just like, he doesn't have any rushing capabilities.
I'll never forget that first fight, dude. They rushed into they rolled up in a car. One of them took high ground. the other two rushed, and by the time the dude was like the dude that took the high ground, by the time he was finished getting up there, we already did. Like the other two were like, I don't know what happened.
They were hunting.
I don't want to play anymore after that. I was like, okay, this rank is fine. Platinum's
And then
good.
what's it called? And then the thing is, like, little did we know, we thought like the third guy that was just climbing the high ground was trying to snipe us. No, he legit took advantage and sniped another team across the map.
Yeah,
Because I spectated. I spectated after. I was just like, why did he climb up there? And legit, he wasn't shooting. Like when he was fighting us, I looked at him before I got eliminated because they didn't kill me right away when I got knocked down. I was looking up at the guy and the sniper. He wasn't sniping at you guys, at you or our other friend Marubi. He was sniping at I turned around where he was sniping. He was another team that just entered the area. He was already taking advantage of another the next group.
Plat. Yeah, nope. I think that's fine. Diamond would be a good goal, but I don't know, man. Plat players are scary.
We're slowly. The thing is, like, that was the first time, but like after that, we slowly adapted like plat mentality, plat diamond. Like we know how to handle the situations, we know how to handle the fights. But I'm like our first experience, like legit the deep end of like swimming, like we legit got tossed in the deep end. That's how it felt.
I hate not being aggro though. I hate plat. You have to be so like conservative.
You have to be conservative aggro. Like you need to know when to aggro. That's the thing. Like we can't just go complete full aggro anymore.
Yeah. I mean, wait, how do you play, Eric? Because I feel like I haven't played with you like at all.
Broseph knows most of my tactics will revolve around I find myself being shot caller maybe like 60-40% of the time, because when I play with my partner, in the beginning it was kind of like I'm showing them how to like play and like at what instances would you want to engage and which ones you might want to hang back. And we've kind of reached a tipping point where they kind of like start knowing what calls to make, and I'll follow up on them. And then when I triple queue with some of our Discord guys, I'll like Broseph. I will. It depends if there's like, if it's a reasonable fight, like it sounds like, hey, it's just one or two, and I know it, or like I have a good feeling about it, I'll be like, maybe, hey, let's go investigate this. But if there's like other people who play it like religiously there, I'll like let them take the shot call. Like Broseph. I would just consider myself a flex player. I'm like comfortable playing almost every character. But if I had to pick a top three, Bangalore, not in this order, Bangalore, Mirage, and Bloodhound are like my top three picks, like all time so far.
Mirage and
I think for me, it would be
very different play styles.
Exactly. I'm telling you, it's a flex life for me. Same with Overwatch, same with what other competitive games do we play? League, I guess, but I don't play League that much no more.
I can see that, yeah, because the thing was, for me and Marubi, we play hard aggro. Well, no, the thing is, I play so my three that I would rotate. So no main for me. So it's like it would be Revenant, Octane, and Bloodhound. The thing is, I'm an aggressive on all three.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I can pick the other characters, but I will play like I'm too aggressive. That is basically how I go with my stuff.
I will say some of the sickest moments I've had in the game is playing Revenant, climbing up, like silent as all hell because of his passive, and they don't know. Like I'm looking at them right in the open. They're engaging my partner because I like asked if they could draw fire, and they don't know I'm there. And I will gun them down with like a 301 or a 99, and they're like, "What happened?" Because like you don't know that he's just crawling and he's just watching, and like, oh my gosh.
And it's even scarier because when they don't expect, like you don't shoot right away, you throw the silence.
Right.
Silence for 10 seconds. Dude, that 10 seconds, that's it.
Isn't it 30? That thing's 30.
30? No.
It's not.
It's a good amount of time. I swear.
I think it feels like 30.
It feels like 30, but it's 10 seconds.
Yeah. I will fact check that right now as we move on, question mark, or... Because I know we could go off on Apex for like ever. We could get Ruby's top 3 and then like rotate on.
we could probably. Then I want to bring a little bit of a. Let's give some more introductions. Don't worry, I'll be the one to introduce the topic. So yeah, who are your top three, Marubi?
I think I go Octane, Bangalore, and Pathfinder.
So it's
And-
like legit nothing but speed.
yeah, I think
and aggro.
mobility is really important to me because the aggression is crazy. I feel like aggression is the only thing that wins you the game. Because if you're the first to make the move and you get the jump on them, like you're gonna win most of
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, what's it called? Remember when we play, we always what's it called? Our friend would say he would scan and it'd be like one down there, two up there, go, and then we legit they just get the scan. Like the thing is he would no before he would scan he would point them out, just be like, oh, there's one guy at the bottom, he's by himself. The other two, he saw them moving up above, and then legit before he scans, we take out the guy at the bottom, then he scans so you can see where the other two are coming, and then we rotate and then rush that one of the two, and then rush the last one.
Yeah, like jumping, like aggro in any game. I feel like in any competitive game is like the thing that wins most of the time. I value aggro a lot.
Oh, I can tell. I mean, you were legit one of our top fraggers.
Yeah.
I mean, I still remember what's it called? All the time we know we could have lost a team fight, but it's like just because of how aggressive we play, oh no, this is another thing I would call like aggressive and stupid. Do you remember when I was playing Octane? It was during our ranked match, and I had one hit left against a Horizon, and I kept stimming myself. No, I had half health. So then I stimmed myself. I was at 1/4. And I was like, dude, I could die to one shot. But with the half health, I could have lived at least 3 shots with the gun she was using.
Mhm.
And I said like don't worry, I'm gonna try to find her. I stimmed again. I was at 1/8. I'm just like, should I stim again?
You just kept stimming.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've never the thing is I was silent too. I never talked after that. Like after that instant, like when I kept stimming, I was so silent, and I was just like, dude, I'm on a hunt right now.
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
got her. I got her, and then I said like, oh yeah, guys, I got him up, and then they were like, bro, so you look at your HP. I was like, what's wrong with that? I looked down. I actually didn't know. I only had like one like the one tick of health. I was just like, oh.
You just,
Yeah, I could have died if she landed one of her shots, huh? Like, yeah, what do you think?
just keep pressing Q, dude.
Fact check: the silence does 10 damage, lasts for 10 seconds, has a cooldown of 25 seconds, and disables an enemy for 20 seconds.
So it's all.
So- We were all kind of close dancing around.
Yeah. the
Okay.
numbers.
So, okay. Thank you for fact check. So that proves how much scary Revenant can be. Like if we can jumble up the numbers, we can't get to a real conclusion because of like how scary it can be. Because like once you get hit, that's pretty much like it is fight or flight.
Yeah.
Fight or flight, because like you don't have your abilities. All you have to do is rely on your gun skills.
Dang.
But yeah, so we said a quick transition. Like I mentioned, that we were talking about this, that these catch-up episodes will also include, if I want to, we would turn it into just a talk about a certain topic or genre. So for instance, if it was like I would mention like, oh, for like October, because I want to do this for October. Like we have a catch-up episode for October. I would be like, oh, the topic is horror. So it would be any type of horror story, horror game, horror movie, horror adventure outside, a scary experience you had. Just like tell a story about like that, or just like what is some of your favorite experiences or favorite like anything with the idea of horror. So with this one, since it's also a catch up, I wanted Murray came up with the idea of origin. So anything origin based, like what was like, for instance, how did this podcast actually came to be? Because I mentioned before, it was a collaborative effort. We all made the idea at the same time. That is a lie. I'll be real with you. People say I was the official original person who came up with the idea, and I wanted these two, like some of my really good friends. I wanted them to join me on this adventure. So the idea originally came from me wanting to do something during winter or for the new year in winter, because I of course I would be just playing games, hang out with these guys on Discord, doing whatever. But there was also that what would be a new thing because we're stuck in quarantine? So, let's make a podcast. And I was like, who could I bring on? So when it comes to friendships in my eyes, I always like to have a certain connection with each of my friends. Like there are some friends that I would have built connection through like raves, and they're in this Discord. Like I'm not gonna say who, but like we would bond through like music and like EDMs, and we would go to raves together, and that was our like best memories together. Some other friends, we would go to conventions, and only those certain people who actually admire like anime conventions, we would go together and we would make memories there. And for these two, we had lots of memories hanging out, but that's with everyone. So I wanted to make something more meaningful. So that's why I said, let's start with this podcast. I'll start off with Eric, because since I met Eric back in the day during our high school days, I wanted to see what I admired his like his confidence and his ability to like public speak and just like bring people together in general. So I wanted to bring him onto the podcast because I wanted him to share his knowledge and his experience about just like personal development, just like bring people together. And I was just like, he also one of my deadlifter friends, a close friend from high school also. Shout out to you. I'm gonna give a what's it called? Yeah, personal shout out. I'm gonna say I'm gonna private message you and be like, this segment was to you. He also said like, he liked the group dynamic. It's like, it was a good thing you picked Eric because of like how much of a he sounds like he was really meant for this. And I was like, I know, I see that too. I can see the potential he brings, and I want to make this the memory that we can leave upon everyone else. Like, it's not, whether it's not raves, anime conventions, not anime conventions, like this, like we have a memory recorded through a podcast. And I also wanted to build up on my own entertainment resume. So just like, so what do you do? Like, I did back during gaming and like anything entertainment based. I was mostly competitive. I did a lot of competitive gaming, whether it be like Super Smash Bros. Melee. I would like to compete in that on online tournaments or like locals. I would also do competitive Pokemon, so I would do that just for fun. It was always fun to construct a team and then see how it could fare out. And so that was also part of my entertainment resume. Achievement hunting with like the hardest achievements on certain challenges, like through like games like Sekiro, which is one of my favorite, or Hollow Knight. Like getting those achievements are some of the hardest things to do. And I was like, I wanted to leave. I love the challenges. Saying like I beat Kingdom Hearts Final Mix's critical mode, which I'm still getting. There's like 3 more bosses I need to beat, and that's been stressing me out. Anyway, so just like those are my like, I want to create like memories through those, and then those are gonna be built upon my entertainment resume. So I was like, I wanted to build another one, which was something for a community based, which is a podcast. So in this case, I knew that Marubi was still growing as a VTuber, like he was still building his entertainment resume. So because besides streaming, he wanted to do other stuff, and I legit asked him, like, we don't have a clear memory. We may have like done like hangouts a long time ago. I'm not gonna be specific where, but we've done hangouts before, and I wanted to I wanted to build something else besides just hangouts, because this guy was a very dope person. So in light of that, I wanted to I said I wanted to help build your entertainment resume too, because you can say when you want to collab with other VTubers in your community, Marubi, you want to say like, you would give like, what do you do? Like, so I do some people will say I would do let's plays, I would do just random games that I found fun, or for your case it would be like Call of Duty or shooters, and you wanted to bring that into light. You want to show what you love to do to your viewers and stuff like that. And I said like, you wanna? I asked him like, do you wanna like, do you like the idea of like building a resume? So like when you collaborate with others and they say like, oh, you actually have done a lot of stuff. So I took that into account. And I said like, Ruby, I want to bring you on this. So I private messaged these two, and I wanted to make sure I want to make a memory with both of them that would last in history, and our even if it's just a small history within us. I wanted to leave a legacy with us three that we've done this, and it also builds upon who we are. And yeah, I just wanted to make something meaningful with these two guys. That's what I like to do with my friends. So yeah, that's why I initially created the idea of the Broken Keyboards podcast. Well, not the name. We had to. That name was was hard to do. That took too many hours with us three alone. But the idea of the podcast in general was I wanted to make something with people, basically, and I'm glad it would be these two.
Hello? You're cutting out.
No, I just ended it. Don't worry. What's it called?
Yeah, you
I
have
wanna
your
use-
audio.
Yeah, I'll send my audio to the editor. But yeah.
Oh man, it still hits, bro.
Dude, that's like real wholesome. I wasn't expecting this kind of like you specifically chose us two to do this with. I was like,
I can hear
wow.
you like you sound like I can hear you like
No.
your voice.
No, it's serious. I'm just kind of like,
No, like
Lost
you. I hear you
thought.
like no. It's like I heard the voice. I'm like, dude, you're not confident. You're like, I feel like tearing up a little bit.
exactly. That is exactly.
That's why I heard the voice. I was like, oh, there. That's the reaction. Because I'll be real with the viewers at home. I never told anyone the initial plan for this. I just said I wanted to have a podcast with these guys because I like, it would be a fun idea. But this is the real reason I wanted to make this podcast.
Damn. Shout out to Real Wholesome Hours of Broseph.
Take you, Broseph.
Damn, I'm about to cry. Okay, man.
Yeah, it really does mean a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Because I'm honestly still struggling to build stuff, or like I'm like working on it, but I'm pretty sure this whole production is gonna be like something big, and it even if it's not something big, it's gonna be the biggest thing to me because I cherish it.
Hmm.
Is that it? Mm?
Yeah, no, because I'm like just like no, it's because what's it called? I'm just like I'm still smiling.
Oh yeah.
This idea.
So that is the origin of our podcast, and we are hitting 59 right now.
No, we're pushing it. We promised the viewers.
They would be a longer episode, just a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it'll be cutting into our D&D time, but our what's it called? Our DM will understand. Eric, can you just let our DM know? Well, no, I can. I can see him in our Discord. He's playing something else now. But never mind, he'll be fine. He's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is the origin of Broken Keyboards podcast. That is the true origin.
Would you like to start off with the origin of yours then?
Yeah. When I saw Git video, let's bring it to a lighter note, kind of. Hopefully.
That was real deep, man.
Origin. What? So origins could be anything. I think I would like to do the origins of gaming, like how I got into gaming. So it all started with my mom. She's the one who actually got one of the very first game consoles for me. I remember it was the GameCube, and she would She would give me these different consoles, like even though like I was like, oh, I wanted to see what I can do, and then I was just like, oh. She said, like, here's a little gift for you, and it was the first GameCube with, I think it was Animal Crossing, and Super Smash Bros. And Super Mario Sunshine. Those were the 3 games I initially got, and my fondest memory was just, like, playing those games, me and my cousins, or me and my friends. We all came over when I used to live in my older apartments when I was a young kid, and even playing with my mom, she was still there with me at the time, too. She would watch me play these games. She would just like, oh, look, we're playing this. And she has her own. She likes to play some of her own games also when back in the day. So honestly, it's not gonna be as in depth as the origin story for Broken Keyboard, but yeah, ever since I was young and got introduced to it at a young age, it's just like it was constant gaming. That was my hobby. That was basically my like my growth into why I love to play games today. And it was just like the different types of games, like whether it just be, and if you remember from earlier, like the variety of games from the Isekai episode, like I would say very different games, like from Harvest Moon to Sekiro and stuff like that. Like every type of game that seems fun to me, that's all because of that starting moment. Because I played Animal Crossing, which is just a very like calm play type of game where it's like just get stuff done, just do what you need to do, to Smash Bros, which was me and my cousin would duke it out at the time, and of course the older cousin he would always beat me, and I didn't really think anything of it. I'm just always smiling, but then that pushed my competitive drive as well as watching stream of like Mango and Luffin, just and seeing live tournaments when they were still happening. So just that kicked in my drive for competitive Smash Bros for a little bit. And then like with Super Mario Sunshine, it's like more of the adventure games. You wanted to complete everything. So each of those 3 initial games did do something in a sense. So that's why my game variety is always varying from competitive games to casual sit-at-home games to the games like, let me play by myself in the middle of the night because I don't want to play anything competitive and turn my brain on. I just want to just relax, play like a farming sim or just like a little like Harvest Moon or something like that. Do my own personal thing. Yeah, I would say that would be my origin. So shout out to my mom.
Is that all you want to share?
Yep, that's all I want to share for now, because I'll be real with you, my voice running out after giving the whole backstory, the origin for the actual Broken Keywords podcast. I was expecting that was gonna be the origin I was gonna say. I'll be real with you.
We could have just cut it there. That would have been.
No, because Marubi here, like, how about yours? I'm like, oh, okay, now you're putting. All right,
look, it's because that's a group thing. That was based off of your idea, but that's something we share. And I feel like if me and Eric were to share something personal, then I feel like you were missing out. So I don't know if you wanted to share something. But you did get to share something, right? So
yeah. So one of you two go. I needs water.
Eric or me? You pick.
Who's confident right now?
Who's confident? Are you confident right now, Eric? Because I'm teetering right now.
I had something and then I forgot it.
You can't be sick.
No, it's
scripted, by the way.
Yeah, I can go if you want to think about it.
Please go.
Okay.
It's like I wanted to talk about it.
It's basically Patrick when he has the 2x4 stuck in his forehead.
The origin that I want to talk about is I can't remember. You have to remind me. Did I talk about the I guess I kind of did in the pilot episode of like the origins of me wanting to make content, right?
Yeah, but you never elaborated on it.
Okay, so the thing with me is personally I feel like I did run to YouTube like way more than I should have at like younger ages, because it's like YouTube was coming, like it was new. We were there for the creation of YouTube, like we were alive. Back in like 2007, I don't know if that's when it was first created, but like that's definitely when I started watching. And YouTube was definitely like a source of like a lot of my entertainment, because during the time way back when TV and like our game consoles were like our only source of like entertainment. When I found YouTube, I was spending all my time on YouTube, and like I remember that one of my favorite videos was like the SpongeBob Goofy Goober, like back when I was like 9, okay? When I was like watching, like you could do this, you can access this video anytime you want, and I was like amazed by it. And then eventually you start running into people like Sly Foxhound and Sea Nanners, and like these people were very influential for me at the time, because I remember, and I still incorporate it into my vocabulary today, where Sly Foxhound's fan base were named homies. So I would always call like the people very close to me homies, and like I consider you guys homies. And
Aww.
It's definitely come to a point where a lot of my inside jokes, or like a lot of the things I say, might be very what is it? What's the word for it when it's like out there? Well, it's out there. Because So Sea Nanners, it's like there's a lot of prop hunt references and like how he's just like OP. So sometimes I mention okay, when someone's good at hiding, I will call them like, oh dude, like he's pulling a Sea Nanners on us. Cause if you've watched Sea Nanners' like videos and like the very old ones, cause he just started making videos again, which I'm very happy about. He gets away with some really stupid things. So sometimes I would reference people as like Sea Nanners if they're getting away with something they shouldn't be getting away with. But with that, like I'm just gonna tell you that I'm gonna take you through the journey of the timeline of me discovering people. So definitely Sly Foxhound was one of the earlier ones. Okay, well look, if you want to start like really early, Nigahiga.
Yes.
What's it like? What? How to be ninja?
How to be gangster? How to be emo?
gangster? How to be
nerd?
all of those exactly like that. That's what kicked off my journey. And then, oh my god, dude, Ray William Johnson.
Yes.
The Equals 3, the show, definitely big influence on a lot of like inside jokes in like middle school for me. Definitely were like Ray William Johnson-esque because I think that there is one very specific one that I remember where the video was like your face, god damn it, because I think someone like fell on his face. So it's like someone fell on his face and then the dude in the video went, your face, god damn it. and like that became like the inside joke for the people I hung out with in middle school, and it's like that we only said Equals 3 references at one point, so that was very big. And then
that's adorable.
then after that we go into I'd say this like the next one's The Creatures for me. God, rest in peace, The Creatures. But they were definitely like an influence for me because Sly Foxhound and Sea Nanners were a part of The Creatures. Gassy Mexican was a part of The Creatures at one point. I honestly don't know all the drama that happened. I just know that the whole thing was shut down eventually. But definitely they were big influences, and a lot of like something I get from them. I already told you, like the homies is like the big thing for me because Sly Fox is probably like my favorite member from them. And then I go into Machinima was a big thing. Rest in peace, Machinima, I think. Sanity not included.
I loved. That was a really good show.
The robot chick in the video games, basically. There was also what was it? RB and the Chief, John CJG. Shout out to you. And that like those were big influences because it's like you could make just about anything, because the RB and the Chief is basically some dude playing with dolls of Master Chief and Arbiter and making like a story out of it. So that definitely inspired me. And then we get into like Lily Pichu because I was a very early fan of Lily Pichu from last episode. And just getting into it. And now VTubers. Like we're just gonna skip into it. We're into VTubers. And I was like, dude, these VTubers are really sick. And honestly, growing up and wanting to make content, I was always concerned about getting doxxed. So, what's a way to solve that? You get an avatar, and then you can be yourself through that avatar, and then you don't have to worry about people, oh, I know him from like high school, and like he lives here, and his address, this is his address, and this is how many people live in his family. And by the way, there's a secret entrance in the back of the house where you can go through, and then it leads to his room. And that's made up, by the way.
Damn.
So through my journey of content creation, those are like my inspirations, because I've spent a lot of time watching a lot of YouTube videos, and for a secret reason, which is sometimes there was a very low point in like high school for me where I just wasn't showing up to school, and I can tell you that Sea Nanners' videos, I watched every single one of them.
Oh, dude, it's all the same.
It's crazy. Like when I was staying home from school, I was only watching Sea Nanners. So definitely a big influence in my life, and that is the reason, or that is what has led up to me becoming a VTuber. The content creation and then just the discovery of Hololive in itself has led me to this point of the podcast. And yeah, that's it.
Shout out to our current timeline.
Yeah, let's go timeline. Except 2020.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Okay, Eric. I hope I bought you enough time with that.
I think so. I think disclaimer, my brain has also been on for I think almost 12 hours now. So I will leave it up to you two to decide because I have two ideas. Either the origin of why archery or the origin of why leadership.
Ooh, I kind of... Okay, Broseph, which one do you want to hear? Because
I want to hear leadership because we heard archery already.
Alright, yeah, unanimous. Let's go. Leadership it is.
Viewers, if you want to hear more about archery, then you could check my Instagram or whatever, DM me or ask the two hosts. Okay. So the
Don't ask me, I don't know too much.
That's true.
Bro, can you tell us more about Eris? Or like, oh, bitch, no. Don't talk to me. I'm doing homework.
all right. Just DM me personally. The origin of leadership. So, I honestly would have to start it freshman year of high school because I think every bone in my body and there were people around me when we were signing up for classes that was like, don't do PE. You could do JROTC instead. And it was the decision to take that and then proceed to take JROTC for the next 4 years in high school that kind of cemented the foundation of really having that, like, not even just a leadership role, because the point of JROTC wasn't to be like, oh, I'm gonna be the commander-in-chief or whatever. It was literally the mission of JROTC was to motivate young people to become better citizens. If I misremember that, I'm sure people will correct me on it, but that was like, we had to recite that every couple of weeks or so. Like, it was part of like our academic days, right? I was learning stuff like that, and it kind of, the idea dawned upon me that like the stuff that I was learning in RO really translated into just being a better person overall. And I found that there were tenets in like military and the way that was taught that resonates across like all other platforms, whether it be, you know, religious, whether it be gaming, which is one of the reasons why I really thought like me being a part of this podcast was like, one, a good place to learn about how leadership can interact in a way that, like, you know, a VTuber and a gym buff might like see it, like different perspectives, and then how might I be able to interpret it. So that's another realm where the stuff that I'd learned kind of like started taking shape. And then when it came to like my relationships, both romantic, interpersonal, physical, all that stuff, it only ever became more clear. So I guess to backtrack it, the biggest things, I don't know. I feel like there's so many loose ends, and I kind of need like a guiding question again. Unless like I've already provided enough.
So from what I'm getting, JROTC inspired you to just like, it's the leadership made you become, or they wanted you to become a better person.
Yes.
And like, how do we come up with a question for this?
No, like he said, I couldn't think of anything either because like it really, loose ends in equals open-endedness. That's the thing.
Yes.
So I'm just like, because like the thing is like, realistically, if you think about it deeply, the open-endedness really answers the whole question itself.
Of why?
Like how you can, why your pursuit for what's it called? Leadership.
Right. Okay.
Like that's how I'm interpreting it. That's why I don't feel like I can ask any questions because
Yes.
you have to let your mind play the like you have to let your mind think clearly into why Eric is going through this, and legit he just mentioned like key topics, and just by base interpretation and how he present himself on the podcast, you can really assume and see like how he is and how his journey for leadership and development is being shown into fruition through his vocal patterns and his passion to what he's saying.
I remember now.
Oh,
Thank you for reminding me, Broseph, that it's like that open-endedness, and I was like, exactly, because
Can I be real with you real quick?
what's up?
That was all improv. It was from the heart, and that was all improv. Like I'll be real with you. If you told me to recite all of that, I don't even know what I just said.
You know what? That's all. That's the best I can hope for. Is that this is genuine, heartfelt moments? Because that's what I live for. Side note, like both of you know how sentimental I can get.
yeah.
I mean, you were legit crying just a few minutes.
I'm a guy who cries, man. Let's normalize men crying.
I do too, man.
True.
I mean, the last episode, I mentioned everyone taking the chance to go to the gym, and I teared up. So
Okay.
it is normal, really. It really is. Like, it's not normalized by like society, but like it's realistic.
Normalize men crying. Okay.
Exactly.
So that open-endedness was when I went to college, because it was that decision between taking 4 years of JROTC and being like, okay, obviously military, duh, and the college pipeline is how I'm gonna phrase it for now. It was like I could also just take what I've learned for the past 4 years and apply it in a different realm, rather than what was expected was like probably the military, because if you got all 4 years and you had a decent position in high school, they'll be like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. We'll give you like a rank higher than like the basic of all ranks. So like, I think rather than just cadet, you'd be like cadet private or whatever, something like that. That was 4 years ago now. Going into college, I was like, wow, I really want to find more, because I wasn't going to get much more. Like in high school, a lot of the stuff that I was learning, not just leadership wise but like content wise, was handed to me, right? I don't know if you two share similar experiences, but when it came to college, I had to make like the conscious decision to look up material that would help me grow. So that led me into looking into I think it was a TED Talk. It was a TED Talk, and I don't know if y'all have ever watched it. I will link it because I swear by it. It is Simon Sinek's Start With Why, or the Golden Circle. Both of those are like his ideas. They're like his big speech things that we can learn.
I've seen the Start With Why one.
I have Start With Why, the book. I also have Leaders Eat Last, and I've thought about getting, I think he has a kid's book. I could be confusing him with another author.
I'm so
Something
lost.
like that. Okay.
Dr. Seuss.
I know that guy.
So to kind of back it up, Start With Why is like the sensational, like, I think to clarify it for you, Marubi, starting with why is essentially being clear with why you do the things you do, rather than what most people and businesses are clear with what they do and how they do it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Kind of getting it, yeah. Keep going.
Okay. So the example that Simon uses is Apple, right? Compared to Microsoft, right? Both of them make computers. Both of them have like sleek displays, or high processing, or like user interfaces that are friendly, stuff like that. But the way that they advertise it, right? Microsoft goes like, we build great computers. They have nice, they have high pixel count refresh rate screens. They have fast processing. They have, what else? Friendly user interfaces. Buy a computer, right? Apple goes like, we want to change the world. We build devices that have, elegant screens, yada yada, all the fancy features. We also just happen to make computers. want to buy one? It's the premise that, like, why you do something can transcend whatever you're doing, right? So, for example, actually bring it back into my origin and why leadership. For example, I mentioned it before. I want to inspire others to be the best version of themselves. That can come about either me being a teacher in the classroom by like showing students how to like advocate for themselves, how to find empowerment, how to resonate with their identity. It could be through gaming, where, you know, I'm being a positive force in the Discord or in the community. It could be in content creation, such as this podcast, where I'm literally explaining the idea of starting with why to you two and our viewers. And then I guess you two and our viewers are going to be the first ones to hear about this besides a select few. I'm planning to post more on my Instagram about like general tips. It'll be a rotation, like general tips, and then like something about myself and my style, and then like a community-based thing, whether it be like the Discord or my family, or, you know, whatever I feel represents like growth and like friendship and brotherhood and all that stuff. So that's Start With Why. Big shout out to Simon Sinek and all of his work. And there's a couple of other authors. You can check out my stuff for that. I won't elaborate on that here unless people want it. And I won't ramble on too much longer, because that's leadership for me. That's like what gets me fired up. If you couldn't tell by the way I'm inflecting and like I'm smiling right now while I'm talking, this is one of the things I'm like very passionate about. And thank you for letting me get some of that out on the podcast. All right.
It's an important role, so
Yeah.
I'm happy you do it.
Honestly, though.
Appreciate it. All right, let's move on and or bring this podcast to a wrap. Let's
Bring it to a wrap.
All right.
Oh, this was a very fun. What's it called? I don't even remember what these episodes were called. I'm
Okay.
brain farting.
Catch up / recap. Well, you can't brain fog on us now. We got D&D like right after.
Named it
Oh, I'm a
host
whole
night.
different person when we play, dude.
Oh, right.
You two are gonna be in for something special tonight.
Oh,
Oh no, I know. One of our friends was hinting at it, but we'll leave that.
Swear to
Oh.
God, if he's
He didn't say what it was. He just said
Okay.
that your character has like a buff in.
oh
story.
no, that's not what I'm talking about. You'll see something very unique. But yeah,
Alright.
yeah, catch up or genre topics. Basically, we'll be having this after every rotation, and legit, the episode after this one is gonna be my topic, which I need to think about. I got 2 weeks. No, I got like a week because we
With the recording.
Yeah, we got to record on certain days and then send the footage. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll have a scenario because most of my stuff are game-related scenarios, stuff like that, fantasy or scenarios. I'll think of something.
All right, that's a
But-
wrap up for Host Night episode 2. We'll see you all in the next one. My name's Eric.
Marubi. Always like
We
this.
didn't We didn't get him.
It don't matter what episode.
Always like this.
You watch. You'll probably get me one of these days, but not today.
I guess so. Bye bye.
I ended off. But I always ended off on like a stupid quote that I found. Oh, here's a. Let me
Alright.
pull up the quote. Hold on.
Music
I was-
outro.
We are.
Hmm?
We are not doing a music outro.
Hmm?
We already have music playing as we were speaking. Hold on,
Yes.
I got it. Here's the quote.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not gonna say from who. Only the I'm pretty sure everyone will know this quote. Ruby said this quote legit earlier. Remember now, folks. Whenever you're questioning about like what you're doing in life, how you're feeling, remember, the quote goes, "I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are." If you know who that is, you know who it is. I'm not gonna say anything.
Will Smith. Okay,
No.
it's not Will Smith.
I'll end it off on that.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.